Hello everybody, my name is Zach, aka the Weather Gamer, bringing you aABL Magma quarterfinals. Your Chicago Charizards taking on Ian and the Ladner Lanturns for a rematch here. Ian made some changes to his team from last week 1 to this week. He dropped Gorgeist and got Xatu. He traded for Hippowdon, getting rid of Diggersby. Actually, no, he dropped the Xatu for Passimian. So he dropped Gorgeist for Passimian, Keldeo for Excadrill, and traded Hippowdon for Diggersby. We haven't made any changes to the team since the season started. Just didn't really see any good changes to make. We're still rocking with that Z Celesteela, Z Greninja, Whimsicott, Espeon, Seismitoad, Cryogonal, Dusknoir, Megamane, Infernape, Hydreigon, Archeops, and Victory Bell. Last time I played Ian, I brought Steela. What did I bring? I know I have what I brought somewhere. It's somewhere. We've been working a lot this week for this match, and shout out to the entire front office for helping me here. This team is unconventional. I ended up making some decisions with it that people did not agree with, but for me, I had to do it the way I did it. Where is... apparently I don't have the team that I brought last time on hand, but I know I brought Steela, I brought Whimsicott, I brought Espeon, I brought Seismitoad, I brought Infernape, and I brought Archeops. Oh wait, this might be the link I'm looking for right here. Yeah, so here's the team that Ian actually brought for me. He brought Pharaoh, Slowking, AV Slowking, X, Bulky X to be more specific. He brought Diggersby, Keldeo, and Zapdos. Honestly, I see this L coming again. I really do. I don't see why he wouldn't bring those mons. They probably will be different builds, different sets, but he probably brings them. And then I think he honestly replaces Keldeo and Diggersby, both of which are gone, with his sand components. I really think he brings sand plus these 4. Another option would be for him to bring... Where's his team? There it is. He could bring Nidoking. He didn't want to bring it last time. I don't think he's going to bring it again this time. Dancy doesn't really come. Alolan Persian could come. Abomasnow I don't see coming. Maybe Passimian. Gliscod's definitely not coming, but maybe Passimian comes. Like Scarf Defiant Passimian could be a big issue for me, which is part of the plus sand, which is part of the reason that the front office is telling me not to bring Megamane. However, first mon up is Megamane. I know. Why am I bringing Megamane Electric versus Sand, of all things? When the first match I got body bagged because I didn't bring Megamane. And now I'm bringing Megamane. Just doesn't seem right. I know it doesn't seem right, but the strength in this team is its ability to pivot and get around and get in front of things. If Passimian is here, I cannot Mega Evolve with Main. At all. Period. Because, I don't want to give it a Defiant boost. If it's like Scarf Defiant boost or Adrenaline Orb Defiant to get a speed and +1 attack, it would just shred me. So if Passimian's there, Megamane cannot Mega Evolve. And honestly, I don't think he brings Passimian. Because why would he bring Passimian when I have... Or why would I bring Megamane in the face of Sand? Which is why I'm bringing Megamane. Volt Switch, you already know, is just to pivot. Overheat, Oko's a standard Sand Sweeper Drill, which I don't think he's going to be standard Sand Sweeper, but it still does a hell of a lot of damage to the Drill. And unless he's Sand Force, or not Sand Force, unless he is Scarfed or Sand Rush, he is not faster than Main, which means I can two-shot him. Or I go into Hydreigon, which doesn't really get touched unless it's carrying Focus Blast or something else. Thunderbolt and Toxic. The reason I'm carrying Thunderbolt over Hidden Power Ice, which was the other move I had for a while, is because Volt Switch doesn't do enough to Slowking to take it out, whereas Thunderbolt can. Basically how this is going to work, and I have notes, and I will keep these notes by my side when I'm playing this game. I Toxic on the Hippo switch in. Overheat Oko's standard Drill. Overheat has a 50% chance to two-shot a non-Scarf Nidoking. Standard build. I cannot come in on Passimian, and I Toxic Zard / Pivot on Zard. Because his checks to this are Drill, which gets killed by Overheat. Nidoking, which I Overheat and then run away. I don't really have the greatest switch into Nidoking on this team, so I'm really hoping King doesn't come this time. Hippowdon, which doesn't want to catch a Toxic. And then Charizard X, which also doesn't want to catch a Toxic, and if it isn't Mega, doesn't really want to take a T-Bolt either. So, I know Main is very, very risky. It's bringing in Hippowdon every single time. It's a danger for Passimian, but as long as I take the necessary precautions and I predict correctly and I pivot around correctly, I shouldn't put myself in a position where I am behind the 8-ball and in trouble. So I really, really, really just have to be careful with Main, and I know the risks. Because people want me to bring Steela over Main, because Steela checks Sand, just walls out Sand. Steela can't pivot. Zapdos comes in for free on it almost every single time because of as bulky as Zapdos is. I have to chip it with rocks and then Z Stone Edge it, and he already saw that set once, so he's not going to fall for it again. And this can kind of check Zapdos by being Lightning Rod pre-Mega. So if Passimian's there, I just come in and I scare him out immediately, and I double. If I see Passimian come in, I know he's trying to get the Defiant boost. So from there, I go into Seismitoad or something. Like, I don't know. I just didn't like Celesteela's match. His team is not Steel weak at all. I don't know. I was not comfortable with Steela this week. So, yeah, Infernape up next here. Grass Knot, Mach Punch, U-Turn, Flare Blitz, Expert Belt, Blaze, so I get a Flare Blitz boost if I get chipped. Infernape, I have to hard switch on Zapdos because I do not want to get staticked. Oh, I forgot. Mega Man stats. Max Special Attack. The speed is to outrun Alolan Persian, so I'd be faster than Persian, and I'd know if it was Scarfed or something. So I'm faster than Persian. And then the rest went straight into bulk. I had to be timid in order to give myself some bulk, because I wanted to be a bit on the bulkier side, to potentially take a hit or two if need be. Infernape, Grass Knock, Mach Punch, U-Turn, Flare Blitz. Very specific EV spread. The 192 plus nature on speed puts me 1 speed point ahead of Charizard. So I'm faster than it at base. The U-turn, like I said, is pivoting. I U-turn on Slowking coming in. I U-turn on Diancie coming in if Diancie's here. I U-turn on the Persian. The biggest issue is because I'm not carrying CC. Persian is a bit of an issue for my team. I'm going to have to chip it down a lot, either via U-turn rocks, toxicing it, just because a bulky Persian could be a real issue for me. I have to hard switch on Zapdos because I don't want to get staticked. Grass Knot is a 2-shot on Hippowdon, which is why there's 108 special attack EVs. That is a 2-shot on a max HP, max special defense, non-AV'd Hippo. If he is AV Hippo, he dies to Toxic from Mega Main because he won't be able to slack off, recover it. Flare Blitz will OHKO the Drill coming in. Mach Punch is a 2-shot on Excadrill. Standard Drill, it's a guaranteed 2-shot. Flare Blitz OHKO's Ferrothorn. And that's kind of it. Gave myself enough attack and special attack investment that I needed, and then the rest went into bulk and speed. I wanted to run special at one point, but then I realized I have special main, special 8, special Toad, special Hydreigon, special Gren, special Whimsy. I'd have no physical attacker, so I kind of had to make a mixed Infernape to make it work. That's Infernape. Seismitoad here is Water Absorb. I almost did a Swift Swim Rain Dance set, but decided against that. It is Water Absorb for Golisopod and Slowking, trying to fire off Scalds or Liquidations or whatever to heal me there. Max HP, max defense. It's basically the same EV spread that I built last time to take on Zard X. Obviously, it's Stealth Rock Setter. I want to get my rocks up on his side of the field to force Zard to take 50% on switch. Scald for the burns and to... Let's slide this over here so I can look at Ian's team. Scald for burns. Does big damage to Nidoking. Neither Drill nor Hippowdon really want to take multiple Scalds to the face, even though it's uninvested. Earth Power for Nidoking, as well as Charizard once Mega'd. Zapdos if it roosts, I Earth Power. And then Hidden Power Fire for Ferrothorn just to chip it as it comes in, because I want to get that for me to be successful, I need to remove Zapdos and Ferrothorn almost instantly. And Hippowdon. Once those three are gone, then this team should be able to take over and break through Ian. But I gotta break through Ferrothorn, Zapdos, and Hippowdon first, which Toxicking all of those is very, very nice. Chip damage with rocks. Ferrothorn gets to come in on this thing almost every single time, which is why if I Hidden Power Fire, and then I have to go into Ape or something else to threaten it out, and more than likely catch a Leech Seed. Hydreigon here with Life Orb, Draco Roost, U-Turn, and Dark Pulse. Again, pivoting is key on this team. Every Mon pivots except Seismitoad. Draco OHKO's Zard if he is the exact same build of Zard that he was versus me the first time with like max HP, max speed. Draco still OHKO's him. Dark Pulse is a 2-shot on Slowking. U-turn into Ape on Pharaoh switching in. U-turn into Gren if Diancie is there to switch in. Dark Pulse 2-shots Excadrill, and unless Excadrill is carrying Phytanium Z Brick Break or Focus Miss, it does not OHKO me. Draco kills Passimian outright, and U-turn into main on Zapdos, which again I have to be very, very careful doing because paralysis. So I might have to just hard switch around on Zapdos coming in and play that around a little bit. We are enough speed to outspeed Drill outside of Sand, so I'll know if he's Scarfed. If I see Mold Breaker, more than likely he's Scarfed Drill, which would hit this thing then with Earthquake. There is no point running any more speed than that because I am 2 speed points below Zap and Charizard to begin with. So might as well creep down to Drill to give myself a little extra bulk, which is what you see there. I really debated bringing Physical Hydreigon, but just couldn't find a good way to do it. And Hydreigon unfortunately suffers move slot syndrome because I would love to put Fire Blast on this thing, but I don't want to give up U-turn pivot for it. Because giving it Fire Blast allows it to take out Ferrothorn. Because I want to be able to pivot. Otherwise, I gotta start making predictions. That's why I'm running so many pivots, is because he switches and then I get to U-turn on the switch or Volt switch on the switch and get into my mon to keep momentum in my head or my favor. Otherwise, I gotta predict. And if I mispredict, then I lose momentum and I go behind the 8-ball. So that's kind of where I am right now with this. We got Choice Specs Greninja here with Hydro, Hidden Power Fire, U-turn Ice Beam, Max Special Attack. Speed, we are 1 speed point faster than a Jolly Max Speed Zard. The rest goes into bulk. Had to put a little bit in attack just so I didn't have an even HP stat. Because with me pivoting so much, I don't want to get hazard stacked and then get chipped way too quickly. Hydro is a 2-shot on the Zard. Hidden Power Fire is a potential 2-shot on the Ferrothorn. It is a guaranteed 2-shot with my rocks up. Hydro takes out Drill. Hydro takes out Hippo. Ice Beam is a 2-shot on Zapdos. The biggest issue is Slowking walls the living crap out of this set. So I have to U-turn until Slowking dies, because once he figures out that I'm not carrying Dark Pulse, Slowking just comes in on this. So I'm forced to U-turn around quite a bit. And I'm not running enough speed to outspeed Persian, because he can't run max speed anyways. He's only going to go down to 110 to beat Espeon. And I am not going to run... I'm not running enough speed because Main is faster than Persian. That tells me if it's Scarfed or not, if it beats out Main. Otherwise, I want to be able to slow turn on Alolan Persian if it comes, because it's going to Parting Shot on me and make me useless. So why fast turn, get into my Persian check, and then get Parting Shotted and weakened, and then he goes into the Infernape check. Instead, I Parting Shot slow, or I U-turn slow on whatever's coming in, and I keep momentum in my favor. That's the key to this team. And the key to me winning some of my matches this season was keeping momentum in my favor. A couple people suggested on the front office I hazard stack. I just could not find the way to put spikes or T-spikes on Greninja. It just didn't make sense. So that's where I'm at here. Whimsicott, I really want to put U-turn on this over Toxic, but after talking to Connor, we're not doing that. It just means I have to be more predictive, slightly more predictive, because I don't have the ability to just freely U-turn with every single mon. Whimsicott's goal is to be annoying. That's straight up its goal. His Whimsicott checks are Ferrothorn, Nidoking, Abomasnow, which isn't coming, Zard X, and Drill. That's it. Glisspot isn't coming. Zapdos could be a potential check, but it's not the greatest check in the world. So what is the big thing with those? Taunting them. If I taunt Zapdos, it can't Roost or Defog, which then means I get to go into Seismitoad, put up rocks in its face, and then start scaring the crap out of it, or I go Mega Main and get to force it out because I can just T-bolt it. He has to, or that stops that Zapdos. Ferrothorn with Gyro Ball stops this thing. Okay, I'm going to taunt it. No spikes, no seeds, no rocks from that thing, no T-Wave. So I can pretty safely go into Infernape and not have to worry about paralysis or anything. Nidoking, taunt if it's not Scarfed, if it's Life Orb. Okay, no T-Spikes or rocks for you. King gets a free hit though, which is not the greatest. Taunting Megazard X, no D-Dance, no Roosting for you. So, yeah. That helps me get into Seismitoad. Excadrill, no Swords Dancing for you. By taunting it. So, yeah. Defog, I need Defog myself because once I kill his Zapdos, if he tries to Hazard Stack on me, I need to get rid of Hazards. That's what almost cost me the game last week, was I got Hazard stacked, and then I couldn't bring 8 back in. I couldn't get a couple of Mons back in because I just started getting chipped too hard, and I had to preserve differential. Here it doesn't matter about differential, but for me, I want to preserve health on Mons, so I need to defog the Hazard stack away. Toxic over U-turn, because Connor mentioned to me that Hidden Power Fire Toxic, the only Mon that doesn't have issues with that is Nidoking. Because Toxicking Zap is huge, HP firing, the Ferrothorn chips it down, Slowking doesn't want to take a Toxic, Persian doesn't want to take a Toxic, Zard X doesn't want to get Toxic and put on a timer, Drill doesn't necessarily want the chip from Hidden Power Fire. Hippowdon doesn't want to catch the Toxic. Passimian doesn't want to catch the Toxic. Golisopod doesn't want to catch the Toxic. So, speed set wise, I'm outrunning Zard at +1, or at neutral, not +1. Obviously, Taunt, Defog, Toxic hit. Anyways, I wanted to put Encore as well, but again, move slot syndrome. Because I could Encore him into Dragon Dancing, potentially, but it is what it is. Yeah. Unless he's carrying Dragon-type move, he can't beat Hydreigon with X at +1 anyways, and I OHKO with Draco, so I could sack into Hydreigon if I had to. So that's going to be it for the team builder. I'll see you guys later for the match. Hopefully this goes the way I need it to. I would love to finally win a play. I've never won a playoff game. This is only my 3rd trip into playoffs. The DSL, which is an RNG league that I first did, that was my first ever league experience, I lost due to para hacks. It was a 1-0 loss. So if I wasn't paralyzed, I probably would have won that game. WWC Season 1, I got 6-0'd by Necrozma. And that's it. I haven't been to playoffs since almost a month ago, or almost a year ago. It was, I think, October of 2018 was the last time I qualified for playoffs. So I would love to pick up a win here. If I win, I'm going on to face either Shuckle King or Pixarin, both of who beat me earlier this season. Pixarin actually beat me right after Ian did. And Shuckle King you saw a couple weeks ago. But it's playoffs, anything can happen. But I got to get through this match first. So, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully we pick up that win later today. If not, it's been a great run. I finally made playoffs. I finally won more than 5 games. Or won 5 games in a season. So, I'll take that. And, yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Check out the links in the description down below. Ian's channel will be linked. Almost forgot about that. Ian's channel's linked. Luca and Griffin, go show them some love. Weather Gamer Discord, best place to hang out outside these videos. And Twitch, not Twitch streaming currently, but I will get back to that ASAP. So go hit the follow there. Now I'm going to get out of here.